Afternoon, folks. I'll do something a little bit different today, and I'm always touting why to become a truck driver. Give you a few reasons why, a few things wrong with the trucking industry that will make your life hard. That you'll have to learn to overcome, or you ain't gonna make it. Number one, not only the industry but the country in general, these roads today suck. There's giant chuck holes. I don't see how these people in these cars and on motorcycles do it without killing themselves. I was going through Tennessee here last week, and they had about 4 state troopers out there changing tires on cars because there's a big old chuck hole opened up in the interstate, and cars were running over it and blowing their tires. State troopers were out there changing tires on these people's cars. Probably trying to avoid getting sued. There's some of these interstates I go down that I need a saddle horn on this seat. Even with the seatbelt, I get thrown all over the damn place. It's some of these dips, I will feel my front suspension bottom out. I've seen my trailer, both tandems, come off the ground. Literally get airborne. And when you see with these dips in the road, you see the little truck skid marks. That's what it is. Trailers are coming off the ground. And yeah, these roads suck. Now, I've seen some holes out here that you could hit and blow a steer tire and put you in the ditch. I don't know what they got to do to fix it. It seems like road construction's going on all the damn time. But it definitely needs fixed. If nothing else, it needs to be at least patched. So it's a little bit of a rough road, but it ain't like throw you out your seat rough. There's literally some of these roads I'll go down and stuff's flying out of my shelves. I get stopped for the evening, I gotta pick up my truck from all the stuff that got thrown on the floor. There's your one thing. Number two, it's inherently unhealthy. You can't hardly get a decent meal out here on the interstate no more. You're gonna be forced to eat fast food. Now, I have ways of cooking in my truck, and I have a refrigerator, so I do bring food from home. But you will be stuck eating fast food, eating junk. You know, you'll run out of food, or you know, home cooked food or whatever. But it'll happen, and it's expensive. You take whatever you're paying for a value meal at McDonald's to house and add about 25% to it. That's what's going to cost you in a truck stop. And it'll be about 25% as good. Leads me number 3, truck stops. Truck stops ain't what they used to be. I used to be able to pull into a truck stop, give me a parking spot right there near the front during the day because nobody's parked there, and walk in, sit down, get me a meal, relax, stretch my legs, walk around, just take a general break. get something good in my belly, and get the other stuff, anything else I need, go back, get in my truck, and leave. Now, I don't care what time of day it is, it seems all the parking spots are full. Which you don't need a parking spot anyway, because you ain't, all they got in there is an Arby's or a McDonald's or a Wendy's or Subway or whatever. So you're just going to shoot through the fuel island right quick, run in, grab you something, and run out, you know. Just be a couple minutes. I'm not advocating parking on the fuel island. But hell, you got to do what you got to do. Get some food. Then when you go in there, they charge you 8 prices for everything. They treat you like a dog. Go in, use a bathroom that's, drivers, I know you wouldn't do that to your mama's bathroom. And if it's just not the nastiness of the bathroom, it's a fact they ain't got no paper towels. They ain't got no toilet paper. Half the toilets are broke. The doors don't latch. Then you go grab you something to eat. You get you some cold French fries. The ice machine ain't making no ice today, so sorry, we ain't got no ice. Hamburger tastes like it put under a heat lamp for about 3 hours. And this quarter-pounder value meal costs you $13. Oh, they ain't got no packs of ketchup. And they more or less throw your food at you. Well, after they take 15 minutes to make it. Employees of fast food restaurants and truck stops are not held to the same standards as employees of fast food restaurants and the general public. So you go out and get you a cold drink, get you, you know, whatever you need out of the truck stop. They got one cashier working. And that poor old cashier is the cashier. She's a secretary because she handles all the truckers' paperwork. She's a scale master. She's running the fuel island. She's a deli person because they got a deli out there, so she's a waitress, and she's getting paid crappy paid to do this. And then when she's in her copious amounts of free time, she has to take care of the coffee station, sweep the floors, make sure the bathrooms are cleaned out, and so I can see why they're in a bad mood. That's number 3. Truck stops ain't what they used to be. Number 4. The general decline in the quality of driver out here. And I'm not just talking about four-wheelers. I'm talking about big truck drivers too. These four-wheelers, they've always been what four-wheelers are. They dodge it out of you. I had one pass me on the shoulder in a construction zone the other day. They drive their cars like go-karts. I don't see how they live past the age of 20. You look down and you see the things they're doing in these cars. I've seen them watching TV, playing on a laptop, making a sandwich, playing on their phones. That's every other person. Putting on makeup, just whatever, and several other things I can't describe on this channel. But it's also the big truck drivers. Just had one yesterday in Georgia, and it's the first time this has ever happened to me. that passed me on the left, like you should, and pulled the old across the front of me onto the exit ramp trick. And he missed the front of my truck by maybe 5 feet. And when he come across the front of me, it set off my anti-collision, which locked up my brakes. Ooh, I was angry. If I could have got my hands on that boy. But you see him trucking through, truck stops at 20 miles an hour, flying through the fuel island. When they get out on the road, they'll cut you off, they'll brake check you, everything we used to complain about four-wheelers doing. There'll be signs saying left lane closed ahead. Of course, they're going to run it all the way up to that sign, or up to the merge. Try to shove their way in the front. Just stuff truckers didn't used to do. I blame some of that on these e-logs and stuff, but I've got an e-log and I don't do it. And if I do something dumb, I don't do it. I didn't do it on purpose, I promise you. But yeah, the quality of drive around here has really went downhill. A lot of these people drive their cars like a video game, and they just hadn't had that real good wreck yet. That's just what it takes to straighten a kid out. As long as they live through it, they figure out you can't drive a car like that anymore. Number 5. Let's go with the DOT. Now I understand the DOT's got a job to do. There's rules out here that people are supposed to live by, and they're there to enforce those rules. I have no problem with that. But they also have to understand, when they pull me in for an inspection, that is costing me time. I have trip planned to leave at a certain time and to get somewhere at a certain time. That way I can get my 10-hour break, and then I can load or unload or whatever. You know, I'm planning out a couple days in advance. I got pulled into Kentucky here on a Sunday. It was a week ago Sunday. This is my second inspection in the state of Kentucky in 2 months. And I pulled around back to the scale house. I walked in. I told the officer I was kind of joking, but I was polite. I said, "Oh, y'all sure do like to inspect me, don't you?" He didn't say nothing. He was generally nice. Did a full level 1 on me. Now that's a clean inspection. I got a good clean inspection out of the deal. But it cost me probably an hour, which put me further behind on the whole rest of my trip. And see, I have a regular route while I run through Kentucky. Twice a week. And up I-75 there. I've probably been inspected 6 times in the last 2 years. Before that, trucking, I usually got inspected once to twice a year. Now, that's not counting inspections I've had in other states. That's just Kentucky. I've had a couple others in other states. And my company's got a decent score and everything. It's just, they're fishing for money. See, when we got the electronic logs, it didn't only hit us hard. It hit the DOT hard, because their number one money maker was logbooks. People making stupid mistakes in paper logbooks. Plus, you know, they did a fair amount of cheating in those paper logbooks, which you can't do on these electronic logs. I'd say about every other inspection, they don't even look at my logbook anymore. They don't even check it. But like I say, they're fishing for money. It's a money game. You are a source of revenue, and they know if you're from Texas and you're in Kentucky and they write you a $200 ticket, chances are you're just gonna pay it. You ain't gonna come back and fight it. So it's just easy money. And a lot of it now is they get so much money from the federal government if they do so many inspections, say a month. So they got to get that quota of inspections out so they can get those federal funds. But once again, it's all about money. Don't get me wrong, there are trucks out here that don't need to be on the daggum road. They're in bad shape. But they never seem to catch them. My truck and trailer are well maintained. Not saying they won't find something I missed, but in general, they're well maintained. And but that's something you're going to have to deal with if you don't think you can handle being harassed by a law enforcement officer. Harassed is probably a harsh word, but if you can't deal with it, or you can't deal with a law enforcement officer fishing on your behalf, well, might not be the job for you, because you're gonna have to deal with them. And I can tell you, bowing up and getting belligerent with them, then that ain't gonna help you. Best thing you can do when you have to deal with law enforcement, the DOT, is yes sir, no sir. You do whatever the hell he tells you, because 10 times out of 10 he's winning that fight. That's a quick list. That's 5 things that are wrong with trucking today that stand much room for improvement. If you would, like and subscribe. You got any questions about this video or just anything in general about trucking, or anything in general about anything, I love to talk. Just put it down there in the comments. I'll try to get you an answer. Y'all have a fine day, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Speaking of a law enforcement officer,